this journey by God's grace. So I want to ask a question. What do you think of yourself? What do you think of yourself? Don't forget
Mm.
that we need to understand certain things that God has said concerning us. If you
Mm.
do not understand what God has said concerning you as an individual, you are
Mm.
actually bound to experience low or poor self-esteem, because
Mm.
it's either you
Mm.
experience poor self-esteem or you have bad self-esteem. Two things.
Wow.
Now, it will be poor in the sense that you really do not carry yourself the way God carries you. Then bad
Okay.
self-esteem, you may carry yourself high, but out of the way of God's will for you. So I consider that one
Wow.
as bad esteem. So it is better
Wow.
for you to understand what God says about you. That would be a good
Mm.
esteem. Then you have a
Mm.
high esteem if you maintain
Mm.
what God has said about you. So I wanted to consider those things. What does God say
Mm.
about you? You can't know, of course, until you study God's
Mm.
word, until you have a
Mm.
relationship with Him, until you have a
Mm-hmm.
communion with Him. Okay, so that
Mm.
is very, very paramount. Let me start with a very short story. A very short story.
Okay.
I had a challenge with talking to people when I was growing up. As a matter of
Mm.
fact, if I see you well dressed, if I see that you were well dressed, very good